Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to Intro to Google AI Studio mini event. How's everyone doing? How's AI Hackfest going? Have people started building? Have you all started building something? Uh awesome, awesome, awesome. And hello, hello. Okay, perfect. So I hope you all have started building. You are building something nice, something awesome. You are uh building something AI related because well it is AI Hackfest. And today I am here to show you about Google AI Studio. Okay, we will talk about a lot of things. Might be new, it might be something that you already know, but stick around because there's always something new that you can learn every day, right? Okay, so, step one, please check in. So, if you have not already checked in, please, please, please do check in to the stream. Okay, I had shared the link earlier, so I hope you all use that link to check in. Okay, so please do scan this code and check in, and we'll have a raffle which would be done by the full-time team after the end of the event. And we'll also send you instructions for our workshop demos. So the workshop that we do, because we'll be on a speed run. There's so much to explore that you might miss. If you miss out on something, you can always refer back to our workshop demos. Okay, so please, 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 please do check in. So moving on. Who am I? My name is Utkarsh, but I prefer to go by UT. I will be available all through the weekend as a coach, someone who can help you answer questions. I have been a coach at Major League Hacking since like 2022. Uh, Yes, right about that time. Yeah. And fun fact about me, I can recommend you a murder mystery novel. So if you love reading books and if you want a suggestion, please do let me know and I can recommend you one. I'm majorly into like murder mystery novels only. So please don't ask me anything like which is more of a non-fiction. I don't really read non-fiction every day. But yeah, any fiction books, yeah, that is my game. And I'm a front end developer outside of Major League Hacking, so I love to do this. But at the same time, my full time job is about being a front end developer. Uh, okay, so well, what are we doing here and why are we here? As I would normally say, that learning to use AI nowadays is an essential skill. Okay, at some point, it like when you were doing development, when you were like when you were called being a developer, one of the essential skills was learning how to code. But today, that is one of the pillars of being a developer. The other pillar I would say is fairly using AI for your whole workflow. Okay. And MLH hackathons are basically the best place to learn AI skills. Okay, because AI technology changes daily. We have, like, we started with LLMs, which would have been trained on previous data. Then we went over to MCPs. Then we had like a lot of uh, imaging AIs, like let's say Nano Banana Pro, and like different versions of it, like so many. Every day you have something. You had like for video, for images, text is of course always there. So it changes every day, and you might not be able to learn all about it in school, in universities, at work, because some of these things are very much constrained around the idea of like, may be safe, may not be safe. We have to go through a lot of hoops to get onboarded, and there's like a lot of compliance questions that are asked. So people try to take the easy way and not use it. So where would you learn these skills? These skills are learnable in a place where it is safe to learn them. And Major League Hacking hackathons, example the AI Hackfest, these are the best places to learn these. So everyone here is here to learn. Everyone is here to experiment. Everyone is here to share. So that's what I would say. Today you're here to learn these best skills. Now, one quick question that I have: to the audience who have joined. Thank you for joining once again. Who here knows the difference between the Google AI Studio and the Gemini app? Any answers? Anyone in the chat? Please, please, please do let me know. Wait for a couple of seconds for people to maybe answer me. If you are aware of it, if you are using it, do definitely let me know. Okay, I do have one answer, which is like, okay, you don't know, and that is what I'm here for, right? Okay, so Gemini is one of the Google models, but Google AI Studio itself is a playground with free usage and beta features, especially for creators like yourselves. Okay, all the hackers are creators. You build things, you experiment with things, and you need a platform where you can experiment with a lot of latest new features. So example, when let's say Nano Banana was first launched, you could experiment with it on the AI Studio. Okay, so yeah, we are going to explore AI Studio, and we are actually going to speed run through a lot of things, and it could take a lot of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to quick start, how to grab API keys. We'll talk about grounding with Google search, grounding with URL context. We'll build and deploy a raffle app. Okay, all of this is happening in the intro to Google AI Studio workshop. Okay, and the one link that you are going to need for all of these things that I'm talking about is right here in your chat. Okay, it is right here in your chat. And I hope, once again, I really, 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 really hope that you all have registered for the session. If you haven't, here's the link again. Okay, please register for the session. Please register for this event uh, before I move on and I start showing you some awesome things. Okay, there is one question. So while folks are registering, one question: what is better, anti-gravity or AI Studio? They serve different purposes. Okay, so well, anti-gravity is your IDE, where you can open a project, build something in your IDE. And AI Studio is for experimenting. You can have temporary chats, you can grab API keys, you can see different tools that are available, which is not just limited to Gemini or Nano Banana. We'll see a lot of them right now. Okay, so yeah, you all have access to it. But if you are using a edu account, you might have to switch over to a personal account, and then whatever we do right now would work on the personal accounts of like Google. Okay, so I hope you all have API like AI Studio open. So once you reach the AI Studio, what I want you all to do is just have a quick look through it, and you can go to the bottom left, which is where it says get API key. Okay, and you will reach this page. Okay, uh, on this page, what I want you to do is click on create API key. You can name your API key, you can choose a project and click on the create button. I have already done that, so that is why like I have it up and running right here. So I'm not going to do that right now. Okay, so yeah, please do create your API key. You will get a pop-up saying like copy your API key, or you can click on this button to copy your API key. Now, once you have done that, what I want you to do is go into the API Quick Start, which is right here. Click on it, and you will reach the API Quick Start guide, where it talks about how you can get a Gemini API key, how to install Google Gen AI SDK. Now, for me, I'm going to use Python, but there are like different based on the programming languages that you like to experiment with. There are multiple versions available. There's one for JavaScript. So in Node.js V8 like 18 plus, you can install this. It's on Go, it's on Java, C Sharp, AppScript. Okay, so basically a lot of them are available. I am going to use Python for everything that I'm going to show you. So I'm going to, since I've grabbed the API key and I would need to install this library, let me show you what we can do. Okay. And you can also copy some code samples from right here. Okay. So let's go over to my coding on VS Code right now, and let me show you what I already have on what and what you could do. Okay, so I already have grabbed an API key which is saved in the .env file. Now I don't want to share my API key. It is not shareable. Okay, it is private. Please don't share your API keys. It is personal information. Okay, you don't want it leaking. So, but I'll tell you what is in the .env file. I have created a .env.example where I have literally written this like export Gemini API key equals to whatever is your API key that you have copied from the AI Studio, from the Google AI Studio. Okay, the API key that you have copied, you have to paste it. So create a .env file, add this in the .env file so that you can safely add your API key, and do not push this to GitHub. Okay, that is very important. Do not push your API keys on GitHub. So I'll share this. Of course, you have to replace the your API key here with the API key that you have copied. Any questions so far? Okay, so again, I hope like you all have followed through. You have reached AI Studio. You have copied your API key. Now we can do it the good way, which is have a virtual environment. Okay, so in Python, you can create a virtual environment. A virtual environment is basically a sandboxed environment where you can install libraries that do not affect your global system. Example, let's say I install a particular library, which I will need to, the one that is mentioned here, the Google Gen AI library. I'll install it, and I can install it system wide. So it will be available on my laptop, or I can try and keep it specific to this project that I have created, the AI Studio folder that I have created. And to do that, you can create kind of a sandboxed environment where every library that you install is only available in that sandboxed environment. And that is called as virtual environment in Python. So now I have already created the virtual environment in Python, but I'll tell you what you have to do. Okay, so let me just quickly share this. So to create a Python virtual environment, I'm doing this on Mac. So the commands that I had to run is step one. Oh, dark mode, dark mode. I hope it would be visible. I don't mind doing it in dark mode, but time and again I found that it is not clearly visible. So uh, is this good? Actually, let me go to this one. Is this visible to everyone? Or let me go to the basic one. Okay, visible? Not very bad on your eyes, hopefully. Okay, cool. So since I have not received any response, I'm going to assume that it is now visible. Okay, so step one, what you want is, let me see if there's any other color theme that would be better. I guess this is also good. Let me go with the very basic one. So you have to create a virtual environment, multiple ways to create it. I am doing it on like Mac right now. So I use Python command dash mvenv. Oh, can't see it. Perfect. I guess this would be the final. If someone can't see it again, let me know, and we'll have to switch back to the light mode. Sorry, folks. Okay, so this is the first command that I ran to basically create a virtual environment, and that is created already, as you can see. Uh, The next command that you have to run is to activate it. So creating the virtual environment is creating the sandbox, but you also have to activate the sandbox. So on Mac, you can do this. And I'm pretty sure you can ask Google AI Studio to understand what to do for Windows. Okay. Uh, well, Mac would be Linux as well. So if you're on Linux machines, the same should work. As soon as I do that, as you can see, it is currently activated. Now, if I ask it like which pip, it tells me that it is the one inside the AI Studio ENV. Okay, so it is at the correct place. Perfect. So that is like activating it. Now, the libraries that we need to install. So this is the first library that we need to install. I'm just going to copy that and install it. Yes, I have it installed already in my AI Studio. The other one that you would need, because you have created a .env file, which is environment variable, and you want to read from that file, you would need to install the .env package. Okay, and as you can see, it is already installed, so all good to go. So let me share these commands as well for like to activate. That's in your chat. The Google Gen AI package that you will need to install, the Python package, and the .env package that you will need to install to read from that. And then now whatever code that we write, we can just run it using Python space, whatever is your script. Okay. So example one underscore quickstart.py, two underscore quickstart.py, or anything else. Now we can, of course, do a lot of things. We can copy paste this exact sample and we can try and run it. Okay, so let me show you like what to copy paste, and we can make slight changes here and there because we also need to add the load.env, right? So let me copy this sample. I'm going to go over to my folder and I'm going to do quickstart.py. Okay, as you may notice, I love writing the word quickstart. I'm going to paste exactly what we had copied. Okay, so it has like I've copied this exactly, but I have not given it the link to like load from my .env file. So let me import that library. Sorry. So .env import load underscore .env. So that is one library that I'm importing. I am importing from Google import Gen AI, which was already copied. And to load the environment variable, we can just do load underscore .env. Okay. Then the next line is basically the client will get the API key from this Gemini API key variable. So, okay, there's nothing there. The model that we are using, there are multiple models available. You can choose the model that is best suited for your task. Like we can basically choose, let's say Gemini dash flash dash latest, which is the latest flash model. Okay, Gemini flash model, and you can ask it multiple questions. So today, what is the question that you want to ask? I guess one question that I will ask it right now, which I think would be really cool if it knows the answer to, is when is the MLH AI Hackfest 2026? Okay, so that's my quickstart.py. I'm asking it a question and let's try it out. Any questions, anyone in the chat? And finally, all it has is like the response is printed on the console. Okay, let me see if I can share this with you all in the chat. Okay, after running, let me try that out. Okay, so let's run this. So I'm going to do Python 3 space quick start.py. Okay, so this is the code that I want to run, the quickstart.py file, and I have asked it a question: when is the MLH AI Hackfest 2026? You all are here for MLH AI Hackfest, right? Hey, let's ask it. Okay, so it says that as of now, the specific dates for MLH AI Hackfest have not been announced, but I'm pretty sure you all are here for the MLH AI Hackfest. So what's going on? Let's try and understand that. Okay, but as you can see, adding an AI model is so quick. Okay, like literally, this is the speed run you can ever have. Now, let's go and ask this question on the AI Studio. So I'll go back to my AI Studio. I'm going to go back one level to the dashboard, and I have everything set up to the basic, like nothing changing. I'm just using this. Uh, the model that you want to use, you could use any model, and you can choose that model by going, let's say, here on the top right. Here it can you can see everything that is available, the featured things that are available, Gemini models for live images, video, audio, music, like a lot of models available for you all to experiment with. Some of them are paid, some of them are free. Yeah, you can choose anything you want. Now, the question I have for you all is that why did it give me a wrong answer? And that is because it depends on what was the model cutoff date. Okay. So example, we use the Flash latest, right? So Gemini Flash latest, that is the model that we used right here. And as you can see that there was a release date of this, and the knowledge cutoff date is Jan 2025, and we are in April 2026, right? So that is why it doesn't know about the AI Hackfest, because by the time it was like everything that it learned was only up until Jan 2025. Okay. So let's say I'm going to choose this model right now. And let me ask it the same question that we had here. And you can do Command Enter or press this button. So it says something very similar, like as of early 2025, the MLH AI Hackfest in 2026 haven't been announced, which is correct. Like in 2025, you did not know that AI Hackfest 2026 is happening, right? But what can we do to enhance this? Can we get it to get us a correct date, correct thing? And the answer is yes, of course, there it is possible. Okay, it is possible, and if only it could do a Google search. Get the hint? Get the hint? So there is an option called as grounding with Google search. Okay. So this one, what it does, it basically tells that if you don't have answer, go and Google search that answer and get me a response. So let's ask this exact same question again. Okay. And I have grounding with Google search turned on. I'm going to hit enter. And there we go. So the answer is here. MLHAI Hackfest 2026 is scheduled to take place from Friday, April 17th to Sunday, April 19th. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining for the AI Hackfest today. We know that it is happening right now as we speak, as we run this session, and this is going to happen for next 2 days. It's a Hackfest. Okay. And there are like it talks about the workshops that have been scheduled, what is the theme, community swags, other AI related MLH events happening in 2026. It talks about so much. Okay, so now you know that there was the API week which had happened. Gen AI week is upcoming apparently, right? Isn't going that is going to be cool, right? And it tells you that you can register for these events from the MLH website. Awesome. Okay, there we go. So it got the latest data, and that is the power of grounding with Google search. It's like telling your model, go and fetch the latest information if you don't have the information. And as someone has rightly pointed out, this model did not accumulate the current news, but you can make it get the current news by switching on the grounding with Google search. Okay. Any questions, anyone? Okay. All good so far. Awesome. Uh, Now, like from this point onwards, we can try out a couple of different things. You can ask it to, like, uh, tell it You can ask it for project ideas. So let's try that out. One more thing that I want to show you is I'm going to turn off the grounding with Google search, and I'm going to turn on URL context. Okay. So now this time I'm going to ask it about, let's say, the best question in this hackathon. Oh, someone has asked a question, and I will come back to this. Uh, well, actually, I will show you this happening right here. Okay, so you can like ask again a lot of questions. One thing that I want to show you is URL context, which is when you can give it a URL and ask it to, uh, fetch data regarding that. So let me ask it a question. Can you suggest some hackathon projects that fit the theme or prize categories available at, and I'm going to pass it the dev post link. Okay. So what I want is like some hackathon projects, some hackathon ideas, which based on the price categories that are already listed on dev post. Okay. I have turned on URL context, and let's see how this one works out. Okay. Okay, EdTech, generative AI, stack bonus, demo is king. Talks about a lot of things that you could basically do in this hackathon. Okay, awesome, awesome ideas right there. I'll say that try it out on your own, and you will have some new ideas as well for the AI Hackfest projects that you want to build, things that you want to like build upon, learn. Okay. So multiple ways, multiple aspects. And as someone had rightly asked, can we also do it from the code point of view? Yes, we can. And the easiest way to get code is to go on, click on this get code button. And here it talks about like what kind of code you can, like you can literally grab this whole code. Okay. You can open it in Collab. I'm going to just click on copy. I'm going to come back here and say this was URL context.py. I'm going to paste that code and let's go. So here, of course, some instructions around what you need to install, which is fine, which is, well, we know that we have to install these things. We have already done it once, so that is good. You can like use these, of course. I am going to do one thing, which I did in the first one. I'm going to load the environment variable so that it can read the Gemini API key. Load.env. We have a function call here, which is to do the genai.client. You can use it directly, of course, but we know that we can kind of simplify this code. So I'm going to do that. Okay. Talks about the model, talks about the content and everything that you want. Uh, you can choose the tools that you want to give it. So I'm going to take this out and paste it right here. So I'm just trying to simplify the code to be slightly simpler, so that you can focus on exactly the bare minimum that you would need for this to run. And actually, what I would do right now is let me just remove all of this. Okay, I'm going to remove all of that, and I have simply created a version which I think would be great. Okay, so all this does is this uses the response, the model that you want, of course. Uh, the content is that is the question, and the config, what types of config, thinking budget is to disable the thinking here. If you set it to 0, you can have like different thinking budgets. Tools, this is to populate any sort of tools that you add. Currently, the one tool that we have added is the URL context. Okay, so this is kind of a very simple version of like the bigger piece of code, the bigger chunk of code, where URL context is enabled. Okay, so let's try this one out. Python 3 URL underscore context dot py, and let's see this one in action. Okay, have hit enter. I'm waiting. So the question that I've asked it is, when is the MLH AI Hackfest? And I've given it the link to the Hackfest. And there we go. It answers it correctly. So the first version, we saw that it wasn't like it didn't have the knowledge, but now with URL context turned on, and like it went and read through the URL and it got the latest data. Okay. So that is from a code perspective. Uh, Let me see. Would it be possible actually to share this in chat? Or, you know what would be great? I can give you a gist. And the second one would be URL context. There we go. Uh, okay, so there is one question. Can I use this API as much as I can? But there is a limit. I think it is around like 20, 25 responses per session, if I remember. I might be wrong, but yes, there is a limit. It won't be unlimited. Uh, but I think it's good enough for you to get at least a project done. Okay. Like it is that good, it is that quick, it is that awesome. Uh, I would say that you can get a project done. Okay. So uh, yeah, that was us trying out the URL context and actually running it locally as well. And it is as simple as just copying that code and running it. Uh, the only reason why I deleted some pieces of code is because I have a setup already, uh, which is like kind of smaller and simpler. Okay. And yeah, okay. So, uh, well, with this, I guess that is all, really. Actually, no. As I said, Gemini is like the AI studio is so good that, and it allows you to experiment so much. There's one thing we can speed run through is to build a project, build a complete app. So I'm going to go over to Google AI Studio, okay, and we'll go over to the build section. And here you can describe a project that you want. Okay. So here's the link in the chat to basically go to the build section, and you can ask it to build a project. You can ask it to like do a lot of things. I'm going to ask it a very simple, remember, raffle app. Okay. So I'm going to ask it build a raffle app. Okay. A very simple prompt. Nothing too fancy, nothing too big. Just build a raffle app. And as you can see right now, it is using the Gemini 3.1 Pro preview model. Uh, the code part, that is where it will actually add all the code. It is thinking through it, working through it. Uh, if you want to not use a lot of budget, if you don't want it to use a lot of tokens, then you can choose a different model, a different thinking level. Uh, yeah, multiple things right there. Okay. Let me show that to you very quickly. So while it is running here, as you can see, there's I'm feeling lucky. Uh, in this setting, you can choose which model you want to use. So you can say flash latest, for example, what framework you want to use. So let's say React, for example, or Next.js or Angular, like any of those, and you can give it a description. Okay. So that is about the like building a project. We'll see it in action very soon. And okay, so it is still thinking, it is refining, it is adding a clear button, it's thought about it. uh, okay, so it's going to be a pretty big project, it seems. Right? And it has started editing. So source slash index dot css, that's where we'll have our css files coming in. So it is going for like, I went with the default, so it is going for a React one. Or you can, as you can see, that you could have chosen a particular model, a particular framework, and then you can give the same set of instructions. Mm. While that is going through, any questions, anyone? Okay, no questions in the chat. I am glad. Uh, while it is running, you can also like kind of make changes to new features. Let me at the same time on the side run. Uh, any other project idea that anyone has in the chat? Anything? I think one of the major things that I like is a budget tracker. I think that is a very cool project. Build a simple budget tracker. Okay, that I think it's a very cool idea. It's very simple, and okay, there we go. Uh, I have app.tsx, I have index.css, and a lot of code right here. Meanwhile, let me go back to this one. Okay, it is starting up, and in the preview, okay, there we go. Da-da-da. To reload. Okay, you can add names of participants, and let's see. I want to add MLH as one participant, GHW as another participant, UT as the third participant. uh, who else is here? La, 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 la. Well, actually, Gemini as another participant. I'm going to add Google AI Studio as another participant. Okay, and that's it. Now let's try to draw a winner between. Oh, someone has said, let me add you. Maybe you would be the lucky one. Let's see. I'm not giving prizes for this one, by the way. No draws here are valid. Okay, let me add. I think this is good. Let's draw a winner. Da, 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 da. Gemini! Of course, Gemini. Woohoo! And confetti. I didn't even ask for it. And there we go. It has successfully created a raffle application with a very simple prompt: build a raffle app. Uh, no prompting, no other prompting whatsoever. Uh, and we have Gemini as a winner. Now, it doesn't stop here. Okay. You can put it on GitHub. So you can click on publish, you can share it with people, you can, you know, add it somewhere, you can actually like put it on GitHub, you can change it. uh, like so many options. Okay. I'm going to go for the GitHub integration, and I'm going to click on sign in with GitHub to continue. And I'm going to choose, of course, my project and safety. Okay, safety first. just to not show you all my like code, I am going to take it away. Okay, there we go, all installed. I'm going to say yep, access to everything is fine. Going to say access to all repositories, save, and that should redirect me back here. And now I'm going to create a new repository. It can be public or it can be private. Let's say a public repository. And this is our AI Hackfest. MLH AI Hackfest raffle, and choose raffle winner project. Raffle winner React project. Spelling. And let me, I don't think I have this project named. Oops. Let me try and sync it again. New permissions, right? Okay. Think the AI, this one is not connecting. Let me go over and check if it has created the project. I think currently that one is not working out for me. Seems like I have some issues with the integration. Not sure, but yes, you can click on that. You can sync with GitHub and you can actually publish it directly on GitHub. Okay, so definitely try it out. Definitely build it out, publish it, share it with people. And yeah, any questions, anyone? Oh, there is one question. Would a project similar to this one is acceptable for the fellowship application? Unfortunately, I don't know. I am not aware of all the fellowship related requirements, so I can't answer that. Sorry about it. Any other questions, anyone? Okay, so well, it seems like there are no further questions from anyone. You can build, like I told you, like you can build a project. You can publish it as well as you would like. So, example, let's say if you want to like actually host it, you can directly. Oh, yeah, right. Let's check the other project. Yep. Let's go for the budget tracker. I'm going to skip all of this. The code wise, it seems to be ready. Let's go to preview. There we go. An awesome budget tracker with charts. Who would have thought? How much have I spent on food and drinks? Too less. How much have I spent on housing? Too much. Part-time gig, internet bill, grocery shopping, with such amazing icons, right? Budget wise, uh, privacy terms of support, and wow, that is pretty cool. And you have all the code that you want. You can download it as a zip file. And yes, as soon as the publish one again starts working, it would be like great to actually publish this, right? uh, you can enhance the prompt. You can say that, oh, I want to connect it with my XYZ database, for example, or like Firebase. You want to connect it with Firebase, one of the other amazing Google project that you have. You can ask it to connect with Firebase. It will give you the uh, whole setup, and you just have to replace the environment variables, and that should be good to go as well. Yes, pretty cool. My total income, my total expense. Wow, that is an amazing income that I have right there. Any questions, anyone? Full screen. Tablet wise, not too bad. There's like slightly one thing, but I guess we can live with it. We can ask it to enhance it, right? Okay, so any questions, anyone? One last time. Any questions anyone has? We have seen like some amazing things: grounding with Google search, URL context, grabbing an API key. The code is also available right there. Building a whole project. Okay, so everything, and you have like, as I said, like you can share it, you can publish it, you can share it on email, you can like have different versions to it, of like different prompts that come in, any other integrations that you want to share. uh GitHub, as I of course said. Okay, good. Any other questions anyone has? You can click on that publish, and that is when you technically deploy the application, but you will need to have billing enabled for it, so I'm not going to do that right now. You need to choose a project, have billing enabled, and then publish the project, kind of deploy it. Okay, so if there are no further questions, thank you so much everyone for joining. uh, I hope you learned something new. I hope you're going to use the AI Studio to build something this weekend, some amazing things. Use it to learn about new things. Use it to add like grounding with Google search in your application, adding like a URL context to your application so that I can ask it questions and it replies with answers. I love to see someone sharing that at the end of the hackathon in Demo My Hack channel chat, not channel, Demo My Hack chat. uh, or if you want to create a budget tracker, you can add an expense, add an income, everything. Okay, all of it working right here. Okay, cool. Thank you so much once again, everyone. If there are no further questions, I will see you around during the duration of this hackathon. All the best and happy hacking, everyone.